What's goody to any and everybody who may be listening? Okay, now, just in time for Easter Sunday, let's go ahead and call our energy spirit. Let's go ahead and call our energy light sparks and fragments back from these holidays, these matrix holidays, these archontic holidays, because they damn show don't mean shit in the higher realms, in the organic reality. So let's go ahead and call our lights off that they had the nerve to have my motherfucking energy hooked up to this, that, and the third. Okay, let's go ahead and start with Easter since it's approaching. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that's attached to any of these holidays are broken, removed, released, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, the Trinity, me, the one who dwelleth in the one body, and that's me, bitch. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that are connected, that are caught up, lost, trapped, stolen in the midst of any one of these holidays are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, which is none other than me, myself, and I. Okay? Again, we're starting with Easter. We're going to go ahead and start with Easter. Okay? I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that are connected to Easter, that have been attached to Easter, lost, trapped, stolen within the so-called holiday of Easter, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, which is none other than me, myself, and I. Okay? I'm talking about Easter Sunday and Easter Monday. Now, there are a lot of senseless holidays. I might name one. Let's just go ahead and name April Fool's Day, since it's right after. Okay, I'm talking about Easter Sunday, Easter Monday, April Fool's Day. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that are caught up, lost, trapped, stuck in the midst of April Fool's Day, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the source, me. Okay? Now, what's after April Fool's Day? It don't matter. Let's just name some holidays. Okay? Let's go ahead on down to Mother's Day. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that are stuck, lodged, caught up, stolen within the midst of that day called Mother's Day are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Matter of fact, I am not the mother, bitch, and I do not identify with the mother. But we're going to be getting into that really soon. Okay. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments, connected to Mother's Day in any way, shape, form, or fashion, broken, dismantled, dislodged, and destroyed by the source itself, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Now I'm gonna have to come up with something else to say besides the mother, the father, and the child. But I'm just gonna say the Trinity, cause that's me all day. Okay. Let's move on. What's next? Let's go on, head on down to, like, again, a lot of senseless holidays. I decree and declare. Now, Juneteenth, which is also my birthday, it's senseless because it should not have to exist. There should not have been any slaves in the first place. There should not have been a day where the slaves were freed in the first place. Where does that exist in a righteous society? That doesn't exist in a righteous society. This is archons. This is nasty and energy harvesting. That slaves had to be freed on Juneteenth. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that are lost, captured, lodged, stuck, stolen in that senseless day, Juneteenth, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Father's Day. Now, let's move on down to Father's Day. Alonzo Smith, my so-called pappy, won't shit, sitting up in there taking my diaper off and biting down on something he ain't had no business biting down. On top of that, the bitch left me to the wolves, and with my uncles molesting me and shit. Okay? Father's Day, I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments caught up in the midst of, stolen, captured, stuck, lodged in that day called Father's Day by these motherfuckers down here in this low realm, these robots, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, the Trinity, which is me, bitch. Let's move on down to damn July 4th, bitch, Independence Day. Now, let's talk about it right quick. The United Kingdom, they just as bad. They ain't shit. England, they ain't shit. Them motherfucking monarchs ain't kings and queens, bitch. They thieves. And they work for the system. They work for archons. Bitch, boo. So Independence Day, bitch, America, Babylon was built on the backs of motherfucking slaves, the labor of slaves. Free labor is what this country was built on, and y'all gotta know to have a motherfucking Independence Day. I hope ain't no black folk out there celebrating motherfucking Independence Day, bitch, because that day ain't about you. It's about these motherfucking nasty white folk. Now, I'll tell you that I am not racist because this is not about race. This is not about race at all. Okay? However, I am venting as a black person. Now, I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that were caught up in the midst of, stolen, lodged, stuck in that day, July 4th, Independence Day, that bullshit, released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, bitch. Now, what's next? Let's go ahead and talk about Labor Day. Labor Day, who? Labor, bitch. What y'all working for? Y'all working for nothing. Y'all sitting up here slaving for a motherfucking system, working these 9-to-5 jobs for money. When, bitch, what you need to be doing, because first of all, you distracted. They got you distracted. What you need to be doing is going down inside your body and clearing that shit about your body. Them orbs and that dark matter about your motherfucking body that got your mind and your body out of sync. Labor Day, my ass. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments, caught up in that motherfucking day, Labor Day. Cause bitch, what y'all working for? What y'all striving for? Y'all working, y'all go work yourself to death and into a dead end. And that's exactly what they want, death culture. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments, caught up within Labor Day, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, the Trinity, the one in one body. Period. Okay. Now let's move on to Veterans Day. Girl, now this is the one that it really got me. It got me how you motherfuckers down here think it's cute to be invading countries and to have armed forces. Bitch, what you got armed forces for? What you killing? What you killing folk? You going to other countries killing folk? They people too. Just because they don't reside in your country, you going over to their country and killing them and invading them? Bitch, boo. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments, caught up in that day, motherfucking Veterans Day, that bullshit, tell your mammy to shut up, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, which ain't near one of y'all but me. Okay. Now what's next? What's next? Oh my God. Let's go on down to Halloween. Now that's the dumbest day of the year. I gotta admit to that being the dumbest day of the year. Now it be the jack-o'-lanterns for me. It's something about them damn jack-o'-lanterns that does it for me. It ain't just that. It's these witches and that dark magic that they get to doing around Halloween, bitch. Like they scary bitch, boo. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments, caught up in that day, the Day of the Dead, Halloween, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Bitch, me. Okay? Now let's move on down to Thanksgiving. Bitch, how the fuck you gonna have a Thanksgiving and you ain't thank the one that birthed this? You ain't thank the one that's responsible for you being here. You ain't thank you got the one that's responsible for you being here and that birthed this into existence. Baby, you ain't thank me first. Because if it weren't for me and my counterpart, bitch, wouldn't now one of y'all be here. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that are caught up within the midst of, that got hijacked, stolen, stuck, and lodged within that day that y'all slow, retarded ass motherfuckers down here call Thanksgiving when y'all ain't thankful for shit. Y'all bitches are entitled and ungrateful. Released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Those energies, 3 energies in one body, bitch, and it's me. I worked for it. While you been distracted, ain't doing shit. Okay? Now, look, okay, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, it's all the same, bitch. What? Jesus, do you know Jesus? Now, first of all, his name ain't Jesus, it's Yeshua. Now, do you know Yeshua? No, you don't, bitch. You know what you've been told about Yeshua. Okay? What you don't know about Yeshua is that he was a motherfucking outlaw and didn't give a fuck about nothing. Okay? I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light, sparks, and soul fragments caught up in that day, the day Christmas, when bitch y'all don't even know Yeshua. Y'all sitting up here worshiping these archons and y'all debating and shit. Bitch, boo. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments caught up within Christmas. Sitting up here spending all this motherfucking money on Christmas. Bitch, money, which is not of the most high, the most high, the supreme. That's that archon shit. All released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, bitch, the Trinity, which is me. Okay? New Year's. Let's move on to New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, baby. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, bitch. Bah! That Gregorian calendar. Okay? Baby, time is an illusion. I'm here to tell you that right now. And if you haven't noticed that the seconds and the minutes and the hours and the weeks are speeding up, bitch. It's speeding up, bitch. You running out of time. If you ain't realized that by now, bitch, you are lost. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light, sparks, and soul fragments caught up in any New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the source, the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? Now let's move on to what's next? Is it President's Day? Bitch, who? A plant? Presidents? A tool? Nothing really. Sitting up here getting voted for every 4 years, bitch. They ain't got no power. They depend on the motherfucking people to vote for them. Okay? Not divine and not ordained to be in the positions that they are in. They are not qualified to be in those positions. They stole right along with archons, bitch. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light, sparks, and soul fragments caught up in that motherfucking darn day President's Day, a motherfucking puppet, these puppets, all released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, the Trinity, he and she and they, who dwells within the one body. Christopher Columbus, girl. The bitch, you lucky that you down there in that grave, bitch, and I can't see you and I ain't got access to you because I would have fucked you up to the core. You are a thief. You ain't discovered shit. Okay? I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light, sparks, and soul fragments caught up in that day called motherfucking Christopher Columbus Day are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? Now what's next? Christopher Columbus, I done said Veterans Day, I said Labor Day, President's Day, Black History Month, Gay Pride Month, all of that, bitch, bye. There should be no need for that. all these boxes and groups and labels. Y'all motherfuckers sitting around boxing yourself, putting yourselves into these labels and these groups, and it ain't doing nothing but division, causing division, and things of this nature. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments caught up in any of those months, Gay Pride Month, Black History Month, any pride, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Now, there are more holidays, or quote so-called holidays, that I did not name, that are minor, but spirit, you already know what to do. Go ahead and hunt them down, track them down, and I decree and declare the absolute and utter and immediate removal of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments from them. Thank you.